Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2013 State of the University Address at the University of West Florida. Please join me in welcoming the University Singers, led by Professor Blake Riley from the Department of Music. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of colors by our Army ROTC. Please join me in welcoming the President of the University of West Florida for the 2013 State of the University Address.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. As they bring down the screen and we begin to get started on the State of the University Address, I'd like to recognize a few dignitaries in the room that have taken time out of their busy days to come and share with us this presentation. First, of course, is none other than Chairman Louis Baer here in the front row. If he would stand up, thank you. He fights for this university every day. Now, also, Trustee Jay Patel is here with us. Yes. Trustee Richard Huff, who is the president of the Faculty Senate, Richard Huff. And our newest trustee, Lou Timothy May. Yes, thank you. I also want to recognize Representative Clay Ingram, who is here today from the Pensacola area. And I want to represent Representative Mike Hill, his representative Brittany Hamill, who is a UWF alum. Right. And last but not least is our football founder, Flash Gordon Sprague. Thank you. Well, I want to thank the wonderful university singers. They did that without any instrument and music accompaniment. That's tough. Especially the national anthem. That was wonderful. Thank you very much. And to the Army ROTC also, the color guard, they make us proud. Today what we're going to do really is celebrate our accomplishments. First, what we did in 12-13 to hit some of the highlights, because we all get kind of focused on what we're doing in our own units and our own world. And I want to share a lot of our successes with you. And then I want to share with you what we're going to focus on for 2013 and 14. I think the first thing that we can be happy about is that the $300 million that was cut from the state university system budget, which was $11.9 million from the University of West Florida, has been restored. Thank you, Representative Ingram, Representative Hill. I'm sure we'll just keep it alive. And thank you for all of that. I want you to know that this is not new money. This is old money that we are getting back. It is recurring. They took the money out as a blind cut to all of us, and they put the money back the same way. They didn't have any strings. They put it right back in our operating budget, which is really the way that we needed it and the president's requested. So we are, had we not had that budget restored, that cut restored, it would have been a very dismal year. It's not. We're glad. I didn't run a budget that showed how we would cut. I just held out hope, and it was true. And if it had not been restored, we would have worked it out then. But we didn't have to, and I'm glad. Now, we also got several this is new funding that we received from the state legislature. $1 million for a doctorate of physical therapy. Professor George Stewart has been working on this relentlessly, and they are accepting students now. A doctorate of nursing practice will come up. We got the funding for that. And also, I want to say one other thing. I asked when's the last time we added our doctorate degree, which is EDD, and it was 1996. And that's a long time ago. So I like to see us grow. These two professions, physical therapy and nursing practice, pay a lot of money. There is a professional workforce need. These are $80,000 a year jobs here in Northwest Florida. So I'm really happy that we are able to do that. They're in partnership with other universities. So what? That's how we start a lot of things, as somebody's partner. And so I'm proud to do it. It's the University of South Florida for physical therapy and the University of Florida for nursing practice. Also, we got $4 million for adult degree completion. $2 million of that is non-recurring. What adult completion means is there are 2.2 million people in the state of Florida who have some college but did not finish. These are the ones where something got in the way of completion, and under the leadership of Pam Northrup, they were figuring out how to deal with all of the different areas of and courses that they've taken to get them to their degrees. Also, Florida Small Business Development Center got $4 million. And then there also, as we all know, is a $1,000 or $1,400 increase in salary to your base, effective October 1, depending on how much where you are how much you make every year. Now, that's recurring funding. We also got competitive non-recurring funds. IT performance, $15 million was given by the legislature to the Board of Governors, which is over all of the universities, and UWF got $3.75 million, and we expect that for 2 years. The Board of Governors also was given $20 million in performance funding, and UWF got $1.3 million worth of that. And for the last of 3 years, the third of 3 years, the university was given $10 million for oil spill grant funding. It goes through the Office of Economic Development and Community Engagement, and that money is there too. That's a lot of money, folks. The University of West Florida did very well. These are serious programs, and I want to thank everyone that helped us, especially in the legislature and Chairman Bear. We worked hard, and Janice Gilley too. Now, I am very happy to show you this graph this year. It is no longer going straight down. The black line was the $300 million cut, and it has bounced back higher than the beginning of the black line last year, and that shows the new money. So we are on the rebound, and with the state funding, and I was just in Tallahassee yesterday with the other presidents and the Board of Governors, and we are talking about what it is that the state, that we as universities, the common ground we have that we need next year. I also want to show you the faces of the people who helped us. Senator Gates, he is from Niceville, Fort Walton area, and he is president of the Senate. Speaker Will Weatherford from the Tampa area helped us greatly. Chair Negron, he is the Senate Appropriations Committee, and Chairman Seth McKeel, who is the House Appropriations Committee. These are the 4 most important people in Tallahassee for us in the legislature. Now, the next I want to show you is their committee members, the ones that are their sort of lieutenants that get things done. Chairman Marlene O'Toole, she came and visited our campus. She's chair of the House Education Committee. Chair Nunez is the chair of the House Higher Education Workforce Subcommittee. Then we have Chair Fresen, who is the House Education Appropriations, the money. Then we have Senator John Legg, the next to the last from the right, Senate Education Committee, and our friend Chair Bill Galvano, who is the Senate Education Appropriations Committee. These are the people who have to say yes. These are the people who have to understand the difference of UWF from all the other schools in the state and our worthiness of support. I also want to thank Representative Clay Ingram. He is the chair of the Government Operations Appropriations Subcommittee, and Senator Evers, who is not with us today, he's chair of Criminal Justice. But what they really did is to do anything they possibly could to help us. From giving me and Janice a chair to sit on when we were tired, to going and asking a member for a favor or trading favors or just helping us get the work done. And I want to thank them a lot. Also, we have our Chairman Bear, those are the pictures. Also, Chairman Bear and Janice Gilley, who's in the back, of course, in a red jacket. These folks get it done in Tallahassee. The connections that both of these folks have for every single one of us has made us better this year, has helped us with programs, has helped us with budget cut restoration, has carried the University of West Florida flag amongst all of the other flags that fly in Tallahassee, and we owe them a debt of gratitude. Yes, we do. Now, I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about, sort of narrow it down to the institution and share with you some of the recognitions that we got this year. Let me say there are too many to list, but I want to share a few with you on this slide. First, we're designated as the best Southeastern college by the Princeton Review for the 11th straight year. Listed in Forbes, American Top Colleges. Ranked number 92 on the 2013 National University Ranking by the Washington Monthly. Named Top Military-Friendly School by both the Military Advanced Education magazine and GI Jobs. Ranked number 13 in the top colleges for future service members in Florida by the College Database. Also designated storm ready. Thank goodness we haven't had one. A bad one, it just wouldn't stop raining. We're also listed in the Princeton Review Guide to 311 Green Colleges. Now, the people that really pay attention to this are parents, our students, prospects. These are the things our recruiters can say and show and demonstrate that we are a recognized school in the top of the colleges and universities in the southeastern, in the United States, and drill down to the region and the state. Now I want to talk to you a little bit or share with you some of the program recognitions that we've got. Our nursing program is absolutely incredible. They have a 100% pass rate on the nursing exam. The public health, the master's program ranked in the top 10 nationwide, and the public health masters. And public health in general, the program was ranked 4th in the nation as a best buy. These are important. The students see this. These are quality programs. Now, more program recognitions. As you know, the new College of Business opened in October 2012. I saw former Dean Ed Ranelli here, and I think he's still smiling. The accounting is incredible. You know, accounting is really hard. It is. And its difficulty shows that only the good ones get through. And it's ranked 5th in the United States for first-time pass rates on the CPA exam. That is really, really good. These are the kinds of awards and recognitions that keep us demonstrating or demonstrate the quality of our academic programs. The AACSB is the business accreditation for colleges of business, and I believe that only 4.7% of the business schools nationwide have this designation. 4.7%, and we're one of them. So that is very important. Also, we have a Next Exit History. That is an app. It's a mobile app. And the 500th celebration of anniversary of Florida, starting with Ponce de Leon in 1513, Next Exit History was selected as its feature app all over the state, so it's spreading. We also have our first named academic program. That's Kim and Julian McQueen. They are friends of the university, and they named the McQueen Hospitality Recreation and Resort Management Program. They are hoteliers on the beach, both in Florida and in Alabama, and they are good friends of the university and understand our quality and want to help us with it. Another one is we are top 10 in the IT, Information Technology colleges, and ranked number 6 on online Masters of Science in Computer Science as a best buy. So that is very important for us, for you to understand that. Now let's turn to our students. Our students also have lots of accomplishments all throughout the university. For example, 4 UWF students there on the top right ranked in the top 10 of their categories in the National Health Occupation Students of America Leadership Conference. And 2 of them down below, Myron Zucker, 2 of them won first and second place in the international contest, engineering contest, the Zucker Undergraduate Student Design Contest. So they took first and second place. Now, Ruth Ashley, I went the wrong way, sorry. I always do something. Don't you just wish I'd get through one? Sorry. Just once. This is Ruth Ashley on the top right. And Ruth was accepted. She's a math major. and she was accepted into the Harvard University's research experience for undergraduates and internship program. You can imagine how many students apply to that and how many don't get in. And math is hard. Right. There aren't many easy things. Our communication arts speech and debate team won the Division I state championship. This is the 9th state award UWF public relations students have won in the last 11 years. That's a pretty good batting average, folks. Now, a team of 3 computer science students on the top right took first place in their division at the Association for Computing and Machinery Southeast USA Regional Intercollegiate Programming Contest, even with the green hair. UWF took also top honors of the Association of Information Technology Professionals at the National Collegiate Conference. That's on the bottom left. You can imagine that when we show up, people get nervous. Heather Blankenship, School of Social Work, a Student of the Year at the state level. Student Scholar Symposium had a record 121 submissions this year, and a book contract was signed by 3 graduate students for research on Mexican Americans with Dr. Susie Jans Thomas. Now, a book contract is not easy. I had to be a 7-year professional before I got my first book contract. That's pretty cool. Now let's turn to the faculty. One of the things that we see with the faculty is we have a new tenured faculty. The reason there really is only one is because this reflects 6 years ago when the recession first hit, and it was its worst hit. We didn't hire, and therefore there was only one in the pipeline that came up. So don't worry, there's a whole bunch coming up. But we also had some nice promotions, and here's a list of them. That doesn't come easy either, and I know. Also, Mohammed Rashid recently awarded the 2013 Outstanding Achievement Award for the Industry Application Society. And we've got $23 million in research this year. Now, I also want to say that the University of West Florida has its first license agreement, international one, to be with a Spanish company. A worldwide leader in microbiological instrumentation to manufacture, to market, and to distribute a fancy centrifuge. Actually, it is a simple centrifuge that was developed by Joe Moss in CEDB, and that's Joe there. And what it really is something called a spin concentrator, and they really began to perfect it in the oil spill when they were out on the beach. How much oil is there? Where is the oil? How much is it? Instead of taking a sample and sending it off to a lab and waiting a week, Joe said, wait a minute, I've got something that I can whip up and perfect, and he did. We now have an international patent, and that's good for the University of West Florida. It's our first one, and we're very proud of it. Now, we also have faculty and staff, I'm going the wrong way. Faculty and staff recognitions. We have Faye Bowers, who is our Employee of the Year. And the Nautilus Excellence Awards, we gave 29 staff and 14 faculty got awards. We also made investments in our faculty this year with a modest pay increase and faculty compression dollars for the first time since pre-recession. Now, I want to talk a little bit about diversity and inclusion. We made significant strides this year in implementing our 12-13 plan. We put together a President's Council for Diversity and Inclusion. I think we meet quarterly. Human Resources also conducted a mandatory discrimination and harassment training. In fact, 1,263 of our employees, including me, took that training this year. And a big thank you to Karen Rentz, who conducted all of this training for us. Where are you, Karen? You in the house? Nope, that's all right. Just keep her in mind. She's training this morning. Yes, okay. We also have 2 new apps. You can go to the App Store and download these for free. The one, WWF Public Media, is a great one, and the Haas Center is like, it's an economic app to see where we are in Northwest Florida or Florida, how we sit, how the different counties compare, and their economic data. And so WWF launched about a month ago, and Haas Center launched today, I think, is when it's launched, at least publicly. So I want to thank, and we should all thank those folks. That's an absolutely classic and huge outreach that these apps give our university. Now, also, I want to mention some new facilities. President's Hall opened in 2012. I've already mentioned the College of Business. And the President's Hall has 252 beds. It was completely full when it opened. It's completely full now. Everybody loves Papa John's Pizza. And the convenience store that's in it, they have extremely late hours. And so the students like it very much. We also did well on Scenic Hills Country Club. We bought that through BEI, Business Enterprises Incorporated, the new DSO, and it is a beautiful facility. It's wonderful hosting events. We're making money. The membership is increasing, and the greens have been returfed. Now, I want to talk a little bit about partnerships. This is Dave Dawson looking over the shoulder of some students who are K through 12. One of the things, this is the National Flight Academy, and it's over on the Naval Air Station. It's in the simulation of an aircraft carrier. And there's a problem with students not wanting to major in the STEM disciplines, science, technology, engineering, and math. And they think they're too hard. They think they can't. They think it's only for nerds, whatever. And there's a problem in this country, and we all know about it. And to encourage it, I mean, when students come to our university or any university, they already know whether they're going to major in a STEM or not. You're not going to try to get an anthropology, a history, or an English major to change their major to engineering and math. They've got to come into the university ready and eager to major in those fields. And so the National Flight Academy is approaching, is how we are approaching the problem, that problem of an anti-STEM or a low interest in STEM disciplines. And there's for K through, actually 7 through 12, 12th grades, and it's an immersive problem-solving. They're in an aircraft carrier. They're figuring out how to solve problems, how to rescue people, of course, using science, engineering, math, and technology. And it really is working. It's a wonderful thing for us to do. And we also have the Confucius Institute. Dr. Lee here on the left and I were in Beijing this summer, and we were allowed or selected to be a member of the Confucius Institute. This is a way that China is sharing their language and culture. As you know, China is huge in the world economy, and we know nothing about China. Period. It is their government efforts, their government's effort to educate the world about China. They send professors over, they pay the professors, and they teach Chinese language and culture. On this university, they supply the textbooks, they supply the supplies. It is their way to educate people about China. And so we're very proud to belong to this great Confucius Institute. Also, I wanted to tell you a little bit, you probably know about the College of Business's mentoring program, where men and women in business take on a student in business here at UWF to mentor, to show them the real world, spend time with them on the job. Last year they had 30 students, and now we have 50. And I will tell you that the businessmen and women that I see all the time in our community are very proud and enjoy those mentoring relationships. They're busy, and the students are busy, but they take time to do this, and Ed personally contacted each one of them and didn't have to twist their elbows very hard at all. They are eager to help us with that. Another thing I want to share with you a little bit is about engagement. The Student Alumni Association already has 245 members. These are students who know they're going to be alumni, which means they're going to graduate. And second, they want to help the university and be part of the university after they graduate. Also, our student engagement has 920 students completed 54,000 hours of community service. Also, 55% of our faculty gave to the annual fund, which is an all-time record. Also, many of you were given, I hope all of you got a wristband like this when you came in the door. And if you didn't get one coming in, then these are compliments of the Division of Business, thank you, Business, Finance, and Facilities, BFF, commonly known as Best Friend Forever. Anyway, get one when you go out the door. They have our values on them. The one I chose was integrity, but you can choose any of them, or you can just get one at random. All of our values are imprinted on them. And thank you, Vice President Stevenson, for doing that. We appreciate it very much. Now, athletics. Well, you talk about winners. We're winners in the academic arenas. We're winners in the academic competitions at the state, regional, and national level. And here we are at the national level again. Women's soccer won it all in 2012, and we very happily wear all of our bling whenever we can. And let's give the women's soccer national champions a hand. And there is Joe Bartlinski, the coach, who got him to the big time and got him all the way, Joe. Thank you. He's a winner. They've been runner-ups and several times, but they went all the way this year, and it was a wonderful feeling. There's nothing like it. Our athletic teams absolutely rock. We also have this list of, I want to give you a list of, just listen to what they did this year. 7 Gulf South championships. 7. They really do hate to see us show up. We have an NCAA Player of the Year, Chelsea Palmer, one of our strikers on the women's soccer team. We, of course, have the Joe Bartlinski, the National Coach of the Year Award, NCAA. We have 10 All-American athletes. We have 1 Gulf South Conference Women's All-Sports Trophy, and we also won the men's Gulf South Conference All-Sports Trophy. We also won the Commissioner's Trophy, Kevin Ducros, and actually most recently we have one of our former graduated women's soccer player, Monica Malavasi. She is in the top 30 for the NCAA Woman Athlete of the Year. She is being honored in Indianapolis next month. Let's give Monica a hand. Hundreds of women NCAA Division II athletes were nominated for that. We also have 7 Gulf South Coaches of the Year. Folks, we really do well in our athletics. And thank you to Dave Scott, our athletic director, who makes it all happen. Thanks, Dave. All right, now, let's talk about a little bit of numbers. We have a time of implementation. We've done enough planning to choke a horse, as we say over in Bay County, but it was a great year and we accomplished a lot. And I want to tell you a little bit about what we're doing. First of all, how are we doing this fall? Well, first of all, we did not have an enrollment dip. We are within 25 students of what we had last year. We have 12,697. We are almost, and I mean almost, with our record enrollment of last year, we are there. We have 1,836 freshmen right out of high school. We have residence halls at 95% occupancy, and this to me is the best news. As you all probably know, we didn't tighten up our academic standards this year. We tightened up the students, we didn't let anybody in who didn't meet those standards. If they needed remediation, they got remediation somewhere else. We brought in students who met our academic standards only, and that is very important. What we have, their average ACT score this year of our freshmen is 23.3. Last year, it was 22.5. Moving the needle a point on the ACT is big. The SAT score, the average SAT score of our freshmen is 1029. Last year, it was 998. The average GPA is 3.55. Last year, it was 3.41. We're admitting students who are more college ready. They are more likely to succeed, and that's very important. Both our ACT and the SAT scores are above the national average by several points. Another important aspect is our freshman class is 38% diverse. Diverse. Ethnic minorities are getting increasingly comfortable with us, and we are getting increasingly comfortable with them. And nothing makes me happier than that, because the world is a diverse place, and getting to know each other while you are in college is very important. We all remember the first time we met a person of a certain background that we did not meet when we were back at home. And it's eye-opening, it's broadening, it's part of a university experience. Another important part about our fall numbers is that our sophomore class is larger than it's ever been. It's 17.7% larger than the sophomore class last year. That's huge. Now, what does that tell you? Retention is working. They're staying. All of the things that we've been trying to do to keep students here, to catch them as freshmen before they slip down the slippery slope of failure or getting in trouble, is working. 17.7%, it's never been that high. Also, we now have 98 countries, students from 98 countries, 582 international students from 98 countries. Last time I can remember, it was in the 40s, the number of countries. So what we have is a good fall. Next year, I think we're going to have a great fall, but this year we've got a good, solid fall. Across the country's numbers and enrollments are dropping, and ours is not. We are equal with our record year last year within 25. Now, these are all the plans. We're focusing on our plans: strategic, academic master plan, and the campus master plan. It is time now to implement those plans. New academic programs are on the horizon. I told you about the doctorate of physical therapy and the doctorate of nursing practitioner. Also, cybersecurity specialization is on the horizon. A BA in building construction is on the horizon. An MA as a physician's assistant is on the horizon, and those jobs are huge. A master's in robotics, a master's in GIS, a degree, a bachelor's in mechanical engineering. Those are new, solid academic programs that our new provost, Provost Saunders, is putting together and making happening. She also is making happening academic restructuring. Academic visioning a couple years ago said it was very inclusive. I was there. That's what we really need to do. The last time our colleges were reorganized was 1999. We were very different then. So, Provost Saunders is begun the academic restructuring. The library dean, Bob Dugan, is leading that and facilitating that, and the conversation have begun. One of the first things that we expect to emerge from academic restructuring is a new university college that will be focused on professional readiness and high-impact teaching and learning. Professional readiness, high-impact teaching and learning, and I want to add flexibility in there. We also have an Innovation Institute now that Provost Saunders has formed that's designed to offer innovative responses to professional workforce needs. It's up and running now under none other than our own Pam Northrup, and it will be located downtown in the Belmont de Villiers area in a nice new office building, or redone historic building. We're working diligently now on getting the adult completion program up and running. We're also separating research and graduate studies. That's a growing pain. We're separating them out. And a search for a new Associate Vice President for Research is underway now. What about some university initiatives? One of the things that we are really doing and we're focusing on this year is on retention. Keep those freshmen here. help them during that critical first year. I will not tell you, no, I will tell you that most of us had a difficult freshman year for one reason or another. It can be grades, it can be behavior, it can be being away from home, it can be making the wrong friend, whatever. But the freshman year is the most critical year, and we have had our arms wrapped around our freshmen, and we're wrapping them even tighter and in a more organized and inclusive way. Diversity and inclusion plan, no doubt about it. It is big, and we are working on it. Enrollment planning, instead of just trying to reach out to high school seniors or trying to get new high school freshmen first time in college, we're looking at a plan for developing a plan for all of the levels, sophomores, juniors, seniors, graduate students. Also, the QEP with our SACS COC reaffirmation and good old Banner. I know many of you are working on Banner, and it is, right. And it's also expensive, but we're doing it. They say it'll be done in about a year. I hope it's right, and I'm sure it will be. And also new online strategic planning software. So these are the kind of initiatives that we're working on at the administrative level to make sure that they happen. I want to introduce some people, too, that are going to lead the way and provide the leadership for that. And when I say your name, please stand up, turn around, and wave. First is Joffrey Gaiman, who is she is AVP for Enrollment Affairs. She joined us this summer and is doing an amazing job to help us create a full enrollment plan. And I am sure it will be great. Then there's Dr. Patrice Moore. She is the Director of Retention Now. She joined us this summer, and she will focus every day on retaining our students. She's working with a software also that helps us identify students with, who need extra special attention. Then there's Dr. Kim LaDuff, who just joined us on September the 15th. That's like last week. She is our new Chief Diversity Officer. She will be responsible for facilitating and leading our diversity and inclusion efforts. Dr. Bailey, you're off the hook. Now you can pass the ball. You did a great job, but now you've got a professional here ready to do it every day. But of course, it's all of our jobs to do these. And last but not least is Dr. Beverly King. She joined us in August, and she is our new Director of Strategic Enrollment Planning and Institutional Research. She's the one that tells us what our numbers are. And she will help tie all of these initiatives together for us strategically. Now, let's talk about our high-quality faculty and staff. We got a couple modest raises from the legislature. Thank you very much. It's been a long time since the state paid for a raise. We've been taking them out of our hide, and they have been modest. These are modest, but something's better than nothing. October 1st, they kick in. And the state also has set aside $600 bonus to 35% of the faculty and staff of the state. And I'm here today to announce that we are going to give an extra $500 bonus to everyone, all employees, in December, and this is news, so I wanted to give it to you to help you with your Christmas money. Done right. Right. And it's my pleasure. We are not broke. We are doing fine. We're solvent. We have been solvent, and we've been very careful with our money, thanks to Dr. Stevenson, who only lets us spend it once. Right, and keeps me from saying yes. She called me the other day on the phone. I was coming back from Tallahassee, and she said, I just want to tell you, don't say yes, okay, to anything for the next month or so. I'm getting all the numbers together. And I promised her I wouldn't, and I won't. We also last year finally gave some money towards faculty compression. It's been since pre-recession. I think it was 2006. That any money was given to the faculty for compression. We were able to give $365,000 last year for that, and we're very happy with that. And also staff equity is coming. We're going to do it again this year. Staff equity, it's like compression for the staff. And then the Affordable Care Act, the state actually has provided the money for us to be able to pay for the costs of the Affordable Health Care Act. So it doesn't come out of our hide. All the presidents were worried about this. You know, it's millions of dollars. Who's going to give it? Well, the state said, we'll do it. Now, it's only for the first year, but I'm really not too worried. It is a lot of money, and it is very important. Now, let's talk about the campus master plan. The BEI I wanted to tell you that what we didn't do first. You know, we've been trying to get a hotel, conference center, and housing out at the East Campus. And we've been trying real hard. We selected a developer. The developer based his business plan on taxable bonds, and the taxable bond market just went sky high just before the business plan was due, and it caused him problems. And what BEI did not do is we did not approve the financing plan for the East Campus Hotel, Conference Center, and housing. It happened last week, and that's because it wasn't a good plan. We have to have a plan. I'm not going to, and Trustee Patel is on that board, as is Trustee Lewis, and they're looking out for our good interests. I wish it would have worked, but it didn't. We said no, thank you very much, and we are unwinding that. But I will tell you, we're going to go in with another plan. We're going to have a hotel and conference center and student housing and faculty housing. We're just not going to do it that way. So don't worry, it's just going to take a little longer. I get real sick of hearing it's going to take a little longer, but it is. And that is the way it is. And we will not enter into a bad agreement. We will do without before we do it bad. Now this is the campus master plan. I want to tell you a little bit about University Park. We have what we call a master developer, and University Park is right in here. I'll show you a blow-up of it in a minute. But I want to tell you about who we have, who was selected by BEI. We had a lot of good bidders to be the master developer, which means they're the ones that organize the subs, the contractors, the builders, the painters, the roofers, all of that, the excavating, all of the infrastructure. Balfour Beatty is the 4th largest construction company in the world. Each year they build $3.4 billion in construction, and we're looking forward to working with them. They have a very good team. We anticipate that this will be phased work. We're putting together phase 1 of that development now, and that we'll know what's going to happen, what we'll have in phase 1 of this development by spring. The other big deal is what will go up at the same time by Balfour Beatty is the retirement village, which is over just north of Scenic Hills, which is down there. And it is going to go up at the same time, and it will provide revenue for Balfour Beatty and for us. We have some skin in this game. It's different than a developer at risk plan at East Village, so we're down in the weeds with them and developing something that will work. And we're very confident of that. Also, something that's new on the radar, at least publicly, is the electric car project. And the electric car project is, we have a request for proposals that's going, responses tomorrow. They're coming in for a fleet of electric cars for our students with a solar array over here that will produce electricity for the university. It will reduce our electric bill by 25%. That money will be put into the electric cars. The electric cars will be checked out like library books to students at no charge. They will be recharged by wireless technology that's built into the parking spaces, both here on campus and downtown at various businesses. So we're looking forward to that. That's something that BEI is working on. No university in the world has this, and we hope we get some good bids, and we will. Now, another project we have on the horizon downtown is the Multicultural Center, Multicultural Resource Center. It's going to be downtown in one of our historic buildings, kind of across from Seville Quarter, where everybody knows. And it's the old Beacon building, and it's going to be, this is what it kind of looks like. And there's Angela. And it will be open in the spring. So we're looking forward to that. University Park, where is that? Keep going? All right. Well, yeah, this is for students. This is the blow-up of University Park. This is our existing field house. This is the pool. This is where the stadium will be. This will be a lawn. This is where the tennis courts are today. And this is a new student union. This is all about student life. No, we don't have the money for it. We have some of the money for it. This is where Balfour Beatty comes in. This is where the retirement village comes in. This is where these 4 buildings here on the corners are a combination of retail on the bottom, academic departments the next 2 or 3 floors, and residence halls and residences in the top 4 or 5 floors. These are what we call multifunctional buildings. These are brand new in the state of Florida. They're not brand new in the country. And we are working very hard to make sure that to tweak a few regulations and statutes in Tallahassee. That's on our agenda for the state university system this year. This will allow us to build these. They're being watched by a lot of people, but use the different sources of money that we have: housing, retail profit, and also the ability to build academic space with private money. That's new in the state of Florida, and it's coming. And this is what University Park is going to be like. We don't know what phase 1 will be. We hope it will be this building and the mall, but we'll see, plus the retirement village. But it's coming. We have lots of student life. Oh, wrong way. We've been counting lately, counting a lot of things. And one of the things that Dr. Bailey has been doing is making everybody swipe their Nautilus card when they attend an event. See who's attending. It doesn't cost any money, doesn't do anything. But I want to share a few numbers with you that we have gathered this fall. Argo arrival, we had a convocation. We had 1,200 people attend convocation. The late night at Target down there in the shopping center, 400 attendees. That was only for UWF students. Wet and Wild, 450. The Beach Bash, on a relatively rainy Sunday morning, had 700 students attend. That's a lot of students. Ice Cream Social, 680 students. Culture Explosion, 370 students. Rock Out the Red Zone, 450, and Argo Palooza had 800. That tells us that our students are attending these events, they're having a good time, and it's very important. Now, we have a couple of other things in the student world that are important. We have a new women's swimming and diving team. This is Andrea Hancock, our new coach, and these are 2 of our great swimmers. I want to tell you that one thing that's always kind of aggravated me is we've had this great pool and this great diving tank that every swim team in the area has used, and we have never had a swim team. And I've always thought that was pretty stupid. And so Dave Scott has made this happen, and we're very happy. We've got swimmers local and also from across the world. We're going to knock them dead. On October the 11th, we have our first swim meet against FSU and Tulane. So for the very first time in UWF history, we are going to have our swim meet in our pool. So I'm happy about that. Thank you, Dave. We also finally we have found a way to football. We think it's time that some new sports are added, and football is missing from our program. And our trustees endorsed the fact that we will move forward with football. And Flash Gordon here is our head of our football founders. We need a lot of private money, but we're going to play at the Maritime Park. These are our trustees and a football founder, Flash there. And they all support it. We have little helmets, and we're having a good time with it. And this is a rendering of the Maritime Park downtown where they play baseball right now, and they will continue to play baseball. But Dave is working closely with them, and we're coming to a deal to play. This will be this is where home plate is, and this third base is there. They're going to bring extra bleachers, and they have party decks and all kinds of fun things. So it's going to be fun to play football in the Maritime Park, and we have committed to do that. I just can't wait until we, raise the money for a football stadium on campus. We do want it. We will have it, but we're going to start there. And everybody is happy downtown because it's going to mean MONEY. And it also will bring our alums into. So at any rate, we're going to hire a coach, a football coach in the spring. They're going to play a full season with scrimmage in 2015, and we will play conference football in 2016, and we have a very strong conference. So really, that is my update. I want to thank you for all of your support for me. It's been, as every year is, it's been a hard year. It's been a great year. We've hit most of our goals, and we missed some of them. But I want to tell you that your leadership team gets up every morning trying to move this university in the right direction and move it forward and make it better because we're here. But we can't do it without you. And I thank you very much. Thank you. And I think we need to go eat a little bit of barbecue, don't you? Let's go. Huh?